This red wine is a Rioja, which, as I'm sure you know, comes from Spain. And it's a Reserva 2001, which means it's got some age to it. Now, Rioja's incredibly popular, and partly this is because Rioja's aged in oak barrels, and the oak barrels that they use in Rioja impart a sort of a sweet vanilla sort of character to the wine, which people like quite a bit. And this wine has actually spent 18 months in oak barrels. So let's see how it tastes. As you can see from the colour, it's not quite as dark as some red wines. That's because the extended aging in oak barrels has kind of muted the colour a little bit, and it's gone from a sort of a dark purple-black colour to a sort of a lighter red colour with a little bit of brick red around the rim. Let's see how it smells. Yeah, on the nose, it's the classic Rioja nose. There's some sweet vanilla oak. There's a bit of coconut too, and underneath that, the fruit, which smells quite sweet, has a slight earthiness to it. It's quite an attractive sort of smell. And you can see why Rioja is really popular. It's a very accessible aroma. It kind of draws you in. So let's take a sip. Yeah, the palate, again, is really classic Rioja. There's some sweetness there. There's also quite a bit of spiciness as well, which will be presumably from the oak. It's a bit herby, it's a bit earthy. The overall impression is of a really a ripe, warm red wine. And the extended aging in oak's given it a softness, which is very appealing, it's very attractive. It's a sort of wine that you might want to sip contemplatively on a cold November evening in front of a fire. So, in conclusion, I'd say if you like the traditional Rioja style, you know, the soft fruit, the sweet vanilla oak, then this is a really good example of that style. It's not for everyone. I can understand how some people might like a bit more fruit in their wines. And this is more spicy, it's more earthy, but it's a really attractive wine that's quite versatile as well. You could have this with a whole range of different foods, and it makes good sipping on its own.